Welcome everyone to another edition of the Christian Origins of Nearly Everything. I'm your quick Christian history guy, Jeff Kenny, with my buddy Opie here. And today we're going to take a look at the Christian origins of a holiday that probably many of us already know as Christian roots, but not necessarily. And that is Valentine's Day, or as it used to be commonly known, St. Valentine's Day. Of course, most people in the modern Western world do celebrate this ancient Christian feast, but chances are they're thinking more about romance than martyrdom, candy and flowers than the death of a devout Christian priest at the hands of the Roman authorities in the 3rd century AD. And to be fair, there's some degree of mystery as to the specifics of Valentine's life, and some historians speculate that there may have been at least 2 historical figures named Valentine who died for their faith, or at least became well known as priests or bishops. One long-standing tradition is that Valentine was particularly fond of helping Roman citizens get married secretly if their marriages were outlawed by the government at the time. Specifically, this law applied to Roman soldiers who were thought to be less dedicated in their military endeavors if they had wives and families. So, Valentine was known to secretly conduct weddings, up to the time he was caught and executed by the authorities. Another story is that Valentine was a physician or doctor who secretly functioned as a priest during the era of persecution. By the way, did you know that more Christians were persecuted and martyred in the 20th century than the early centuries of the church, which were famous for their persecution? That's a story for another time. At any rate, one beautiful Valentine story goes that a Roman jailer secretly sought the priest's help in healing his blind daughter. The three became friends, and the daughter especially began to give serious attention to the teachings of the Christian priest. When the government did track down Valentine and took him away for execution, the priest gave the distraught jailer, who was helpless to save his friend, a note for the little girl. The story goes that as she opened the note, she was miraculously healed of her blindness and was able to see the note, which was signed, "From your Valentine." By the way, if you're interested in that story, we have an audio dramatization of it at Golden Key Audio, which is our sister series that you can click on here. One thing that is agreed upon is that the martyred St. Valentine was executed outside the Flaminian Gate on February 14th in the year 269 by most accounts, though some place it at other nearby dates. Some of our popular Valentine's Day traditions are said to have come from common practices in the Roman world of his day, but many developed in the Middle Ages. We do know that a Christian martyr named Valentine existed, in part because archaeologists discovered a Roman catacomb and ancient church dedicated to him. We also know that as early as the late 400s, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th as his feast day. So this Valentine's Day, while you're immersed in all the romance, or hopefully not stung by the lack thereof, also give some thought to the sacrifice made by St. Valentine and many other Christian martyrs who felt so much deep love for God that their very lives were a small price to pay. Happy Valentine's Day from your quick Christian history guy, Jeff Kenny, and my friend Opie here. Click to subscribe and check out more of our Christian Origins of Nearly Everything videos.